Alright guys, well this week won't be as exciting as the last video, but we're going to go do some thrifting and some yard sales, and we'll focus more on selling than we will on playing, hopefully. A 3-day weekend here, we can get some things done. Well, I'm out looking for some sales on my way to a yard sale, estate sales, the way they build it, and I'm almost there. We'll see if there's some good stuff. Turn the corner. Well, that was a bust. They had everything that was good was quite high priced. They were asking like 30 bucks for a basic Corvette model. That's more than what they're asking in the store for them. It's ridiculous. $60 for a ragged out litho tin car from Japan. Seemed kind of high to me. There was nothing there. I'll continue looking. Today's Thursday, so there's not a lot out today. Tomorrow should be better. I'll show you my death pile I got in my garage at home. I really don't need any more stuff right now. In fact, hopefully I can get my garage organized. Okay, we're on our way to the yard sales Friday morning. Local community is having a community yard sale, and we're gonna go buy some treasures, we hope. So let's go for a ride. Well, I just got done walking through a small flea market at this community yard sale that they set up on the local fairgrounds, and a lot of crafts. I like junk and antiques and collectibles, and it was a lot of crafts, but I did find a couple things. I found from the early 90s a crash dummy doll for a really good price, about $3 for that, and I found a drive-in theater speaker, which was a good price. That was like $5 for that, and I think both of them can retail for around 25 or 30 bucks. When we get back home, I'll do a inventory of everything I pick up on the sales here, and I'll show you the items. Thought I'd have a little fun, keep my little crash dummy safe. I'm looking for a sale out in the middle of nowhere, probably 3 or 4 miles off the beaten path of the community sales, which usually I like because then people aren't playing on the crowd with prices and things like that. Hopefully when I get there, it's not all baby clothes or, you know, 2 tables or kids selling lemonade or something like that. It was the other worst case scenario. A lady who stockpiles antiques and has a sale a couple of times a year, and you can tell by the way that the garage is organized, she puts away only some of it in bins and that kind of stuff, which is a common thing also in a rural community. They do it to make extra money, I guess, or it's a hobby. And of course everything was pricey and very common antiques and collectibles, with the exception of a Mr. Pepto-Bismol, which I thought was cool, but they wanted too much money for him. Well, finally in the thick of it and finding a deal here and there. I see stuff that I think is a deal, but I don't know. I'm pretty weak in my clothing, and I find clothing quite boring. Electronics, I don't consider myself that much of a techie, so I don't know a lot about electronics or video games. So sometimes I'm not sure if it's a deal. And I got so much stuff in my death pile that I need to work. I tend to walk away if I'm not sure. And I'm working on that, trying to make changes so that I can, 1, get my death pile done. And hopefully you guys can hold me accountable for that. And 2, I don't miss out on things I can make money on. So, traffic is crazy. I've dabbled in junk most of my adult life. A little resale, a little scrap, a little this, a little that. I've been trying to do the resale pretty heavy now for about a year, due to being in a very bad job that was high stress and very difficult. We left and so now I'm trying to do this full time, and it's been a bit of a struggle because I've had a lot going on. I got an ill mother; she's been sick, and be perfectly honest, I'm not always great with using my time. So, but we'll get there, and hopefully being on this channel can help hold me accountable and give me motivation to do what I need to do. Well, just got a call from one of my friends who has a garbage service, and he's doing a court order clean out of a hoarder situation, and he's going to let me pick the dumpsters once they dump them and see if there's any treasure in there. So let's get going. We'll go see what we can find in the junk. Well, this is it. This is the stuff we get to pick. I don't think there's going to be a ton of treasures, but I see a couple swag lamps, and who knows what can be in these bags. All right, get busy. All right, time to go through all that stuff we picked up at the yard sales and thrift stores this last weekend, the holiday weekend, and let's do it. Now, first of all, my brother-in-law called me, and he said he had a whole bunch of RCs. They're all parts and pieces. Most of them don't have controllers. I did recently sell one just like this in black, and the one I had was missing the hatch and the door. Got 40 bucks out of it for parts. And I've sold some little ones for 8, 10, 15 bucks. So he saved me the whole pile for 20. So I'm sure I can make my money back at least on those. And then over here, yard sale purchases. The Star Wars helmet. I have never found one with the radar antenna on it. And I have actually sold them missing this piece for 20 bucks. And I got this for $1 at a yard sale this last weekend. So that was a really good score. I think I should be able to get $25 or $30 out of that. The Simon game actually works. It was working at the sale. But either way, well, the batteries fell out. Either way, they're doing $25 online. Good shape, instructions, box is okay, it's not great. But I think I got that for $3. I think I can get 20, 25 out of that. My crash test dummy, my buddy, tempted to keep him. I like him. He'd look pretty cool up there on my shelf with all my other bits and pieces that I've collected. So, I haven't decided on him, but if I do sell him, he's going to be $25. Got him for $3, as you can see the tag. I bought this for $1, a radio ink pen headphone set, and thought, yeah, that'll be an easy, vintage electronics sale. Well, they don't do very good. I think I can get my money. I can get my money back. I can probably pull 10 bucks with free shipping. By the time you pay shipping and stuff, I might make 5, 6 bucks after fees. So not a huge profit there, but I'll do okay. Bought this. This is a window speaker from a drive-in theater. Got it for $5. They're doing 25 or 30 bucks individually, and if they're all on a nice stand for display purposes, you can pull quite a bit out of them. I figure some hot rodder will really be into this. Maybe I should marry it with one of those trainer grenades I showed you in the last video, and sell them as a grouping to maybe a hot rodder or something. That might be a good idea. Alright. This guy was actually in a free box. Probably put him in my antique booth. I don't think he'll do great online. I have to check though. He's probably worth 3 or 4 bucks in my antique booth, but he was free. He was in a free box. What I do is I get halfway decent quality hard plastic animals, and I group them together, and I sell them on eBay. And I'll get anywhere from 10 to 30 or 40 bucks depending on the brand. The one brand that does best is Schlags, I think is how they pronounce it. They do really, really well. They're really popular. So he was in a free box, and I'll put him with my next grouping. My wife likes books. An original Cabbage Patch doll. It was like $1/4. We usually sell them for about $2-3 a piece. Most of her books. Sometimes she does specials like 3 for $5. Good shape. For a quarter, I figured I would grab it for her. That was in a free box. It looks like a nail, an advertising pin. I don't think it has any, yeah, it does have some advertising on it. No, it doesn't. It's just tarnished. So I'm not sure what I'll do with that, but it was free. I can always throw it away if I decide I don't like it. Bought this guy for $1. I love Frankenstein. I wish he was green. He'd be better in a green. But he's kind of cool. For $1, I figured he was worth it. Put him up here on my shelf with my other Frankensteins and my zombies. So he's going to be kept. And bought this for 10 cents. Remotes do really well. I'm sure you've seen other vendors talk about remotes. Yeah, someday maybe I'll do a tutorial on how to test them. It's not too hard. It's pretty easy. It'd be a short little video. But for 10 cents, I figure even if I can get 5 or 10 bucks out of it. So that's everything I bought at the yard sale. Now, let's go over and look at what I dug out of the dumpster pick that I added to that video. Found this nice vintage light. Got a crack right here. Probably put it in my antique booth, pull 8 or 10 bucks because it's cracked, but it is a vintage light. It'll do well. Found, I think, probably 90s monster truck blanket. Oh, got a lot of the 90s monster trucks on it. I'll have to wash it, make sure it's clean. It's got a little bit of stainage here. I think that might wash out. If it doesn't, I can always dump it in a Goodwill box, and if it turns out good, I can probably sell it for 8 or 10 bucks. A nice milk glass cake plate, no chips. Needs a bath. You got to remember, all this stuff is free, coming from a friend of mine who does dumpsters. A couple swag lights, old 70s hanging. Those are going to be probably. I'll have to play around with them. They seem to be missing bits and pieces, so they're probably going to end up being parts for other lights I'm trying to fix. I tend to like lights. Some blow mold cords. I love blow molds. You make good money on the right blow molds. This last Easter, I sold 3 of them for $100 a piece on eBay, and they're easy to ship even though they're big. They're light. So a 76 7-Up bottle. I believe that's 7-Up. Drink ice cold bottle. Yeah, I think it's 7-Up. I don't know. It's a from the 76 year, the bicentennial. So I'll do a little research on value. Probably 5 to 10 bucks, I'm guessing. This little guy, grabbed it from my antique booth. It's a salt and pepper shaker. People are quite often are missing pieces and they're looking to complete a set, so you know, probably a couple dollars. A Wolverine jacket, Michigan Wolverine jacket, appears to be in pretty good shape. I have to wash it. It's Stephen Barry, so it's not a great brand, but I wonder if that'll come out. But again, it was free, and if it doesn't come very clean, I can dump it in Goodwill, and if it does come clean, I can sell it on eBay and probably get 10 or 15 bucks at least. These are just driver bits for a screwdriver. Old license plate. Those do really good. That's probably a $10 license plate if I clean it up. And then I think that's for an X-Acto knife. So it looks like, or maybe a pen drill. Might be a pen drill actually. But it's an old one. It's brass. I thought it was kind of nice. And then a bag of jewelry and belt buckles. Old Budweiser belt buckle. Looks like a souvenir belt buckle from out west. Golden retrievers. I might keep that one. I actually have a golden retriever. I like them dogs. I had a golden retriever. The best dog I ever had. Murphy. He was amazing, but that's another story. Leather tool, deer, giant marble. I just recently sold a bunch of marbles. Got about $5 a piece out of them. They were modern marbles. This one I don't know. It's kind of pinged up. Probably another $5 marble. Doesn't look like it's anything special. Eagle belt buckle. A very rough pheasant.
looks like belt buckle. A rodeo belt buckle, no engraving. Old watch. Probably takes plastic mechanics inside. Probably not a really good high-end one. I'll have to look into that. Some, a bead. What is this? This has got some weight to it. Bass Anglers Sportsman Society. That's a pretty nice buckle. 1993. Oh, another golden retriever, and that one's really bad. All the finish is coming off from it. A pistol belt buckle. That's pretty cool. Yeah, made in the U.S., so it's probably older. Brass works. Nice. And then a bunch of jewelry. I'll have to go through the jewelry and see if there's anything that's gold. I'm not terribly sure. More than likely it's all junk costume stuff. But I'll have to check it out. Another watch. I don't know my watches real well, but I'd have to assume these aren't super high-end watches. They came out of a hoarder situation. But they could be good. That looks like a watch motor. And another marble. So, alright, what else we got here? This I grabbed. Trying to do this with one hand. This is trash. Yes, yes, yes. More slot car track, and believe it or not, it actually came out of the trash. It's Tyco. It was from my trash pick. It wasn't from my attic buy. And I think it's all slot car, all the way to the bottom. There's some controllers. I'm hoping there's some slot cars in here, because I like the slot cars. They sell really well. Oh, there's a toy pistol. Cap gun. A little rusty. So I'll have to dig through there. It's not sure what's all in here. Oh, there's a bowling pin. Avon. Not a fan of Avon. Let me rip this bag open a little bit here, and we will show you some more. Okay, we're back. It's been a couple minutes, but for you it's only been a blink. So here we go. It's pretty much all just track. There's some controllers and power packs in here. And then I found these two slot trucks. I don't think these are the more desirable ones. They might be. I don't know a whole lot about slot cars, but I think they have some value. They were free, so I don't care. Put them in with my other ones. In the bottom of the bag there was a milk bottle, so that's kind of nice. No good embossing or labeling, so probably not a huge expensive one. Maybe $6, $8. And then there was some more Spirit of 76, some flags or banners that I dug out. Clean those up. They should bring in a few dollars at my antique booth. Most of this will be antique booth stuff. A bank. A lighter. I believe it's a lighter. Yeah, I think so. And not lighting, but it needs a little cleaning. So that's something. Got a compass on it, but it's really tarnished. So I don't know. Got a barcode on the back. Can't be very old. Pyrex. Not a high desirable pattern, but it's still Pyrex. Probably $8 or $10 in my antique booth. And then there was all these records. Some records can do really well. Mostly it's the 80s rock. But these looked interesting. You can learn French off a record. It's a complete set, good shape. I looked them up online. They're doing $10, $15. Not a ton of money. And they're not selling very fast. 75 years of transportation products from GM. Good good book for my my booth. A lot of good artwork. German military march. I'll have to look and see the condition on these. I haven't even inspected to make sure they're not cracked or scratched or anything. I can always throw it away later. German march though, and then there's a bunch of Disney's. Sleeping Beauty. How about this? Southern Pacific. There you go. Carousel music. That might be fun. Some of it's a little different. There was no rock and roll, so I tried to grab some different stuff. This will be all antique booth stuff. Probably, I'll have to do some research. maybe 10 to $3 a piece, or 3 to 10 bucks a piece. Peter and the Wolf, Pinocchio, 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 Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, doo-doom, 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 Donald Duck, yeah, Uncle Remus. Don't think I've ever even seen that movie. How about this one? Christmas with Colonel Sanders. How about that? Instead of having a turkey, you can have chicken. Peter Wolf. I don't know, looks, the artwork on the cover looked interesting. All them vintage swimsuits and all. John Denver and the Muppets. That's got to be 80s. I remember watching the Muppet TV show. I'm that old. Great Adventures That Built America. So I'm guessing that's stories. Music of America. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. You don't want to hear me sing. I won't sing for you. I sing pretty poorly. Olé! Music of the Bull Ring. All we need is some bull. We're all good at throwing some bull around, right? Bambi. Blood of the Saddle. Tex Ritter. Kapow. You're my favorite deputy. Oh, wrong cowboy. Walt Disney Fun Music. Another Cinderella. Or not another, but Cinderella. Uh-oh. That'll do it a lot of good. And Mother Goose. Those are all in the trash. And then this big display was in the trash. I'll have to drill out the lock and put a new lock in it. But, yeah, I figure I can either sell it or use it, depending on if I can make it a tabletop. Maybe put some legs on it. Be a good display for jewelry or something. So, anyways, that is my haul from last weekend. Some free stuff from the trash. Some yard sale picks. I try to be careful. I got too much stuff, but I see potential in everything. That's my big drawback. I see potential in it. I see value in it, and I always think somebody can use it. Quite often, they can, but not always. So, anyways, I'll let you guys go. Last video was kind of long. We'll wrap this one up. If you like what you see, subscribe, slap that like button, help me get this channel rolling, and leave comments about what you want to see, what you want me to try to do, what picks, what resale, what kind of product you'd like. I'm not great with clothes. Not great with glass. Glass ain't my thing. I'd rather do clothes over glass, I think. I don't know. But anyways, slap that like button. Let me know. See you later.